I'm about to talk to you about Filipino food while I cook up some pancit noodles, kind of like ramen. Pancit was, I would say, it was probably the favorite thing I had while I was there. Um, I found out you can buy it on Amazon, so that's how I bought a 5 pack for like $6. It's a little on the expensive side for these kind of things, but hey, it's can't find it everywhere. So um, yeah, how I came across Pancit was when I was meeting my girlfriend's family. They put out a spread of food, and it was my favorite thing there. But I love noodles. Throw in some vegetables. I think they had shrimp on it too. Um, so yeah, it was right along the lines of what I really like to eat a lot of. Um, and then one time, I think we were in staying at a Mactan Newtown Airbnb, or not Mactown Newtown, but we stayed at another Airbnb for one night in Mactan, and she wanted some noodles or something, and went to the local store across the street from the place we were staying, and she was looking through these. It looked like just ramen section to me. I thought, but no, they had pancit chow mein noodles, they call them. So yeah, you can make them real easy for real cheap. You don't have to know how to cook to do this. So that's why I decided to try to get some when I got back to the States still. And I actually found, after I bought these on Amazon, I found one grocery store that did have them by our ramen section too. So you can find them in regular United States grocery stores. Not all. I probably checked 4 different chains, and only one of them had it. So I like to throw an egg into my ramen noodles, so I'll do it with this too. Uh, Also, I put peppers in just about anything that I cook. Chop up peppers, store them in the fridge for everything. Um, yeah, I mean, noodles and rice, that stuff's perfect for me. Jalapenos too. That stuff's perfect for me when I finally live in the Philippines. I can live off of that stuff. I prefer chicken as my meat source with noodles and rice and vegetables. Um, I know the most common things there are seafood, pork. I like seafood and pork too. Of course, I'm not accustomed to eating it the way they typically eat it there. But yeah, there's lots of good ways to have chicken and pork. I'll get used to eating it differently than how I may be already accustomed to eating it. Um, Plus, my girlfriend's willing to learn how to cook things Western styles too. So, um, yeah, Western comfort foods. I said in a previous video, I think in my first video, yeah, they're really important to me, and that was one of the reasons I chose the Philippines, was because there are a lot of Western style restaurants there. Um, the food isn't exactly like we're used to, but it is an option there, and there are some stores that you can buy Western style foods. Um, you're going to pay a little bit more than you would buying Filipino style food. So, but if you really need that, which I think I will need some Western foods probably at least once a week. So I'd be willing to pay a little extra, as they say, if I have the budget for it. Um, yeah, pork. The way they have lechon there. Um, you don't see that in the United States as often as used to when I was young. I remember seeing pig roasts all the time at barbecues. I just don't see those anymore. It's very rare. But yeah, it's in Cebu, it's very common. Um, so yeah, I can eat pork like that. It's not my favorite way to eat it. I like pulled pork. Um, I like pork chops. Uh, Pulled pork's my favorite way to eat pork. And then there's seafood. My favorite seafood is fried seafood. Um, Typically theirs is, it's a fish, still got the head, tail, skin, everything still on it, scales or whatever. Um, I don't care for it that way, but I'm gonna learn to eat fish where I probably have to cut some of that stuff off myself. Um, you know, I prefer it just be white fish on the plate, just the meat, but it's not the way it is there really. So, you got to get used to some things. If you're gonna move to a different country, you got to kind of adapt to the way they do things. You can't expect everything to be the way you're used to. Um, Speaking of things the way we're used to, like spaghetti sauce is nothing like how we're used to it. Pizza sauce, it's like you can eat it, but you're probably not gonna like it as much as spaghetti sauce and pizza sauce that you're used to. Um, Hamburgers, the fast food hamburgers, right? Definitely not the same quality as what we're used to. They're good enough though. I think I've heard there are some really good hamburgers at certain places there, so I'm gonna seek out those places, see for myself. Um, Same for pizza places too. I've heard there's lots of really good pizza places. Um, the ones that I ate at, it was not like pizza that we're used to, you know. But even bad pizza is good sometimes. I wouldn't say it was bad pizza, but I'm just saying, pizza, even when it's bad, it's still kind of good. Um, so their pizza there, yeah, it's still good to eat on a Friday night. Um, just may not be as great as we're used to um, here in the United States. So yeah, the food, to me, the fact that I really do like noodles and rice and vegetables, I figured, I can get by on Filipino food no problem. Um, since they do have some Western options for me to mix in with that. So, like I said, that was a deciding factor for me to choose the Philippines. It was one of the deciding factors that I can get by on that kind of food. Because food is something that's really important. If you go to retire into a country where they don't have any food you're that you can handle, you're not going to be happy. Also, heating up some green beans too. I don't know how good a green beans is a side for this, but I had some available, so it'll work. And this looks like it's about done. Just figured I'd pour it into this clear bowl. So see it better that way, see how it turned out. There's the egg. That's a big bowl of soup. It looks like you have to drain that. I do not want all that water. I can't do it right here. All right, well, you get the idea of what it looks like. It's just ramen noodles, basically. Oh yeah, gotta put this stuff on. All right, so I will drain it real quick. Ooh, that might be too hot to hold now. Yeah. All right. Okay. This is gonna be good. Now it looks like the right quantity. With all that water in it, it was soup. And it was too much, but just as noodles, this is gonna be good. Put on the Lucky Me flavoring. Now, my girlfriend was telling me Lucky Me was the better brand. When I saw it on Amazon, there was a second brand. I think it was in yellow packaging that she said was not the greatest, and she suggested the Lucky Me brand. Pancit Canton chow mein noodles. So yeah, looks like some soy sauce. Don't know what this orange stuff is, but it is key to the flavoring, I am sure. All right, so you see what it looks like. Pancit. I recommend giving it a try if you see it in your ramen section at a grocery store. Pick it up or go on Amazon and get it. It's worth a try. See if you like it. You know, if you like noodles, you should like this. All right. Mingla Marley here. Please give me a like and follow. I'd really appreciate it. Comment, let me know what kind of Filipino foods you like. All right. Talk to you later.